Hello, everyone. My name is Samurai, and I would like to welcome you to my Forever Realm. This is a Bedrock realm that I've had for probably 5 years now, and today is the first time I'm finally making content about it. The builds are very incomplete, and so I think that starting now would be a good chance to level up my building skills and share it with all of you. Like I said, this is a Bedrock realm, so anything like farms and redstone for Bedrock players. Hope to be of help with that. Anyways, to start the series off, I would like to give you a quick tour of my base and what's going on here with where I'm at and what I'm doing. Before I begin with the base tour, I would like to first address what exactly is a forever realm. If you don't live under a rock and you've been on YouTube, you've probably seen videos about a forever world, a world where you keep forever, you keep building in, and you just always log back on and do stuff. And the concept is morally the same, basically, for a forever realm. The only difference is this is a realm I play on with my family. Occasionally, they log on and do stuff. And so this is my forever realm, as I like to call it. As we approach the base, I would like to bring up a YouTube video I watched a couple months ago by RedFireRex talking about how to make a country in Minecraft. I thought it was so much fun that I decided I wanted to make my own country. So I did. This is Brickland, country that I created for the sole purpose of making any and every type of brick in Minecraft. Stone to mud. And then I have some other cool detailed other blocks around, but mostly it is the bricks that this area exists to produce. And that brings us into the first spot of our tour. This is the capital. I made a giant circle all the way around in the center of this plains biome, and I decorated the walls with copper lanterns and green candles, and I think that they turned out really nice. I still have no idea what I'm going to put in each quarter circle, but the pathway and the area that's raised up here with the embedded compass directions and this little gazebo type building with an observation deck on top look amazing. I am super happy with how this looks right now, and I cannot wait to see what I decide to put in each of these 4 quadrants when the time comes. The other thing that is nice about having this area dug out, I did an entire spiral staircase that leads super far down into a stronghold type room for my nether portal. And I just think this is beautiful. The way I did the copper bulbs and the cut copper, or is that chiseled? I can't remember. With the tough bricks, I like to refer to this as a trial chambers palette, but I believe that this room here turned out really nice. And in a future video, I'm going to be putting in a secret redstone door right here that leads into this really cool armory, which I hope to have going all the way back, displaying every single armor trim, because these things are incredible. Just even having them as this display piece right now, especially glow, that diamond glow. I don't know what it is, if it's my fancy visuals or my actions and stuff, but that flow armor trim with the diamond just looks amazing. Moving on, as we go further east into our base area, we are entering the medieval / commercial district. So a lot of these houses are going to be taken down because I redesigned my entire palette. I will be using more tough bricks, more stripped spruce, and calcite for the walls, And I really want to start emphasizing these tall medieval roofs using mangrove and dark oak wood. But as we move through this area, I'm sure you'll notice our residents of choice, copper golems. These things are so cute, whether they're in statue form or if we come over here to the library, they are moving back and forth, putting books away. These things are just so adorable. Not even close to as annoying as villagers. And so they're the residents of choice for our commercial district, our industrial district, and the entire country as a whole of Bohemia. So I like to think of it like I'm building a copper golem village. If you guys have caught any of my streams on Twitch, you will recognize this pillar of netherrack back here, as this is the marker for a giant or a very tall hole in the ground. That leads to my trial chamber, which I am completely mining out and replacing with an epic bunker build. I'm probably going to be doing something, drawing a blank on the name, Fallout style, and I definitely will be making videos on that. So if you would like to see me building that project, stick around. So even though I have a lot of these houses left to convert and a new palette ahead of me with the new roof and the way that this is going to look, I can't do any of that without materials. Thus, we continue following the path past our gas stable with a geyser to propel you up to the top and elytra launchers if you're not taking a happy guess. I am very proud of this build. I like it. But moving on, as we go down our lovely path that still needs to be textured, we leave the commercial district and head off towards the industrial district. And I'm going to go to this building because I don't know how much longer this building's going to be here. And I do think it turned out really nice. I just have no further uses for it. And what this building exactly is my current storage. It used to be a silo for bulk materials using this design right here with redstone lamps. Currently, I have a ton of crafters, which is that little gray spot in between the chest and shelf back there. Behind it, creating the material that's on the ground, dispensing it into the chest for me, and I unload everything into here. But since my storage has moved, which I'll show you in a minute, all of this is going to be coming out and relocated for better use. As we move upstairs, this is where I stored the rest of my stuff that's not bulk. So I have a bunch of shulkers here left to be gone through, a place to sleep, and all of my other stuff that does not need to be in 7 double chests worth of storage. I think that this design is really cool. I did a double chest into a hopper, into a shelf, and then I put a stair on the bottom. It kind of reminds me of if you'd like see a farmer's market with vegetables or something. Kind of reminds me of that vaguely. Overall, I just think it is a nice design, and I wanted to use the shelf blocks, and that is what I did. I also tried to do a new way of storing slabs, stairs, and other blocks because I didn't want to make one of these for every single type of block like that is. So I kind of started doubling up on the wood, and I would store slabs on top here, and then stairs down here, and so on, like extra wooden materials here. And then I did the stone version over on this side. And this storage room has helped me for a bit, but I have decided to relocate all of my storage to be more efficient. So videos on that will be coming up as I develop that new system. And as I walk over here to get a bird's eye view of the area, this is the industrial zone. You can see directly ahead of me is the mud farm. I have a greenhouse and a super smelter. Both of those will also be coming out as I'm raising up the ground level around this area. And then directly in front of me, really hard to miss, is a huge pit that I dug out. And last stream, I built this fourth module right here. It's a storage silo bank, and all of my resources that are bulk get stored into this giant underground warehouse, which I think is going to be super efficient in terms of running hopper lines and quickly putting stuff away. I am so excited to run some kind of dispenser machine or something from the mud farm that goes directly down into the silo, as mud bricks is a staple of Brickland and what we do. Over in this direction, as I slowly work on terraforming this area and building up the coastline, I intend to make a giant harbor for a ton of ships to come and bring in materials. They'd be stored in this warehouse style build that I'm working on right here. So the stuff would obviously immediately be stored in here. And then I built a passageway that leads directly down into the silo. So easier access to the storage room. Still kind of hidden because this is kind of advanced for the medieval style I'm going for. And overall, I think that this is looking nice. And as I go up the stairs, I determined I want the lowest points of the industrial district to sit at Y level 70. So I'm going to be raising anything that's lower up, and if possible, removing it if not needed, to be more innovative. As you can see, that is not a lot that I have to work with in this area. So I will be making a ton of episodes, hopefully, about my progress through this area, making it more usable, and I hope to have a ton of content about all of that. And although very brief, that concludes our tour of what I have currently done in this area. As you can see, it's not much, which means we have plenty to do together for future episodes coming out. Stay tuned. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed today's content. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of what I do next on my forever realm in this area. And comment if you have any ideas or suggestions on how to innovate Brickland. That is all for today's video. I'm going to go hit the bed, and bye! Hello, Mr. Enderman. Would you like to be part of today's video?